Hey Taurus, Dark Dove Tarot here. Hope you're doing fantastic. This is your, I almost said January. This is your June 2019 reconciliation read. So again, this is for Taurus for June 2019 reconciliation. As you know, I pre-shuffle, but I like to add a little more energy before we get started. Okay, so keep in mind, general read. So check your sun, moon, and rising, as those may resonate with you more than others some months. So again, general read. This is for Taurus, sun, moon, and rising reconciliation. But again, sometimes you can get more clarity by checking your other signs and maybe add a little more to your story, etc. So, all right, let's see what is going on for Taurus. Just to be clear too, reconciliation, I won't repeat it because I know I've repeated it last month, but for some reason there was some confusion with some people thinking that this was a couples read, and reconciliation, means you're probably not together, and therefore you're wondering where their energy is, they're wondering where your energy is, etc. So, all right, any likes, subscribes, comments, shares are greatly appreciated. If you want a private read, the information is below. I do like to just reiterate that because I do post it below, and if I forget, it'll be in the next video over, but I get emails daily about them, which I'm super appreciative for, but it would just save us both time if you would check below. It gives you all the information to order a private read. All right, 3 shuffles, and then we will get your theme of the month and get started here. I like to give props. I always forget to say which cards I'm using, and I'm trying to be a lot better about it. I use the Deviant Moon Tarot deck for the 10-card spread, one of my favorite all-time decks. And then I use the 8-coin Tattoo Tarot for the theme of the month and the clarifying cards. So just throwing that out there. I love both of the decks. Want to make sure that I'm giving recognition where it's due. All right, 5 of Swords is your theme of the month, Taurus, for reconciliation. All right, 5 of Swords is feeling a sense of loss, feeling a sense of fear, victory, feeling a sense of defeat, dishonor. So something here, I feel like some of you, okay, a few different things coming through, and for some reason it's like rushing in. So I don't know, Taurus, if you guys have been on the anxious side lately, because it kind of feels that way a little bit. But the 5 of Swords, the fear of victory and the defeat tell me that either like you thought, hey, we were on the verge of like moving in together, or developing a stronger bond. We had goals, plans, and something happened. Either it was like the grass is greener situation where they decided they weren't ready, or got cold feet. But there's something here where your expectation was one thing, and then maybe you were just blindsided. Maybe they had an affair. There's a ton of different scenarios. I don't need to go through it, but the 5 of Swords tells me there's definitely something that was kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? I didn't see that coming. It came out of left field. It can also just be that you guys have tried to get back together, and every time you do, there's some sort of Pyrrhic victory where it's like, oh, we thought we could do this, we thought we could come back together, we thought we could make this happen, and it doesn't work. And so for some of you, it's like an endless cycle that keeps continuing, and you're not getting anywhere with it. So let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. All right, so the first card is your current position coming into the month, and you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is full of ferocity, very sensuous, very confident. So I'm feeling like regardless of what's going on, Taurus, you're kind of like in the headspace of, I've got this. Like you're pushing through. You're getting through. You're holding your head high. I feel like you're, kind of like fake it till you make it. Like even if you're hurting, or even if you have bad days, or even if there's a sorrow here, to a certain extent, you're still like, fuck it, I gotta stand tall for my kids, for my job, for my fur babies, whatever it is for you. So very interesting here, because you do feel like some sort of dishonor here, but you're coming across as like, you screwed the pooch and this is on you. I don't even know what to tell you. You messed up, and I feel like you're just kind of like, you're like up here right now, and they're kind of down here, because you're like, I've been good to you. I haven't done anything wrong. Not that you've been perfect, because nobody's perfect in a relationship, but this definitely feels like you're very triumphant at this point, because it feels like maybe they screwed up pretty bad. All right, the next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. You have the star. So the star is hope, inspiration. It's um it's actually having faith, believing. So I feel like you kind of have faith, but I feel like this is not necessarily faith in both in you guys coming together. And I know that sounds weird, but it is. It's kind of like it feels like it's more of a faith of what's supposed to happen will happen, or what's supposed to come my direction will come my direction. Like you're you miss this person, you care about this person, but if it's not meant to be, you kind of are like, okay, well, I'll still survive. Especially with this Queen of Wands coming out, the star just says, look, I've got this. I've been through difficult times before. I have faith that what's supposed to be will be, what's supposed to happen will happen. Because again, the star is all about inspiration and it's about self-esteem, which goes along with the queen. There is a generosity aspect to the star though, and the generosity for me says, like, if they were to come back and say, oh, hey Taurus, I love you, I screwed up, I miss you, like, we can fix this, and I'm like, whatever you need to hear, I feel like you're kind of like, well, if they come back and they want to reconcile and they can show me that they have their shit together, or somehow they can prove that I don't have to have trust issues or insecurities in this, then we may actually be able to have another go at this. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. You have the Four of Wands. So this is like the universe is bringing this past card up, saying this is either something you had before, where you've had the Four of Wands type situation. Four of Wands is happiness, it's resting, it's a first completion. It's, like they're happy, they've got their home. So it's very much a stable factor. And I feel like the universe is saying, that's what you need, is some sort of stability. And whatever this was before, whatever this defeat was, or whatever this dishonor was, is not playing well in your life. It's reflecting a negative energy. And the Four of Wands is just saying, look, you deserve this. You deserve the whole package. You deserve everything that you want to be happy. So focus on that. Focus on what's going to make you happy. Focus on how you can get there. And then, I feel like this person, this past person is kind of like, it really, like, they're not in the, I don't want to say they don't matter, because that's not really saying it the way. So it's kind of hard sometimes when I get pictures or images of things that come across, and then I'm trying to verbalize the way that it's coming across, but it's almost like what matters most is what you want, what's important to you, what makes you feel good, what your goals, what your dreams are, what your aspirations are. And then it just don't put so much focus or energy in wondering what they're up to or what they're thinking about or what they're doing. And I know people are going to be like, Dark Dad, I don't think about them ever. But then you're obviously still thinking about them because we're watching a reconciliation video. Let's be honest here. So there's something here, Taurus, that's saying focus on you, focus on what you want, focus on what, make sure your needs are met. Make sure, because I feel like there's been a lack of your needs being met for a long time. And so this is a time to focus on you. Yes, you still care about this person. Yes, there's still a connection here, but you're no longer willing to sacrifice your needs or your wants and things that are important to you. All right, the next card you have is your immediate past over the past few weeks, past month or two, and you have the Hierophant. This is your card, and if you've seen my reads before, you know that I love it. Oh, and this is Aquarius's card right here, by the way. You could be dealing with Aquarius or have Aquarius in your chart. But the Hierophant coming up and being your card, I love anytime the sign that I'm reading for, their card comes in, because it tells me that's what they are. They're in this like self-awareness, self-esteem embodiment. They're organically trying to be the best person they can be and focus on being healthy and focus on taking care of themselves and focus on what makes them happy and being positive. And the Hierophant ties into that, because the Hierophant is about a teacher learning and understanding and gaining wisdom, but also understanding there's a higher power at play here. And I very much feel like when I was saying that with the star, that you're kind of like, I'm not pushing it. I'm not wondering, are we getting back together? Are we not getting back together? Of course you are to a certain extent, but it's more of a complacent feeling of, let go and let God. Like God, universe, whatever it is you believe in, the Hierophant is your way of just kind of throwing it up in the air the past couple weeks and saying, I'm not going to waste any more time thinking about the situation, the what ifs, woulda, shoulda, couldas. You did that to me. I did this to you. I'm putting this up in the universe's hands, And if we're supposed to get back together, great. And if we're not, self-focus is never a bad thing. All right, the next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Six of Swords, which is abandonment, retreat. It's also traveling. So you could be just traveling. The summer's coming up here in the States. You could be, traveling. But for some of you, this is abandonment and retreat. Maybe this is you're still not ready to get back with this person. Maybe you're still not ready to hear what they have to say. Maybe they're not even saying anything. Maybe they're not offering up anything. And maybe you're going to retreat completely from the situation. But I almost feel like there's like you might get back together with this person, you might start communicating with this person, and then it ends again. Almost like you guys have an argument or something moves you into this. And we'll clarify this card at the end like we always do. But the Six of Swords is leaving again, retreating or abandoning a situation, but I don't necessarily think it feels permanent. It may just not be the right time now. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout the month of June, and you have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a defense type energy. It's strategic. It's trying to figure things out. So I definitely feel like Taurus, if they're not communicating with you, they will be. And I just don't know that you're ready. I just don't know that you're ready. I still feel like you may need some time with that Six of Swords, because the Seven of Wands, again, is a priority situation. This is you're on the defense. You're strategizing. So this is you, I mean, is this healthy for us? Can I go back to this? I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, that I'm focusing on my family and things that are important to me. This makes me feel like you're sitting here going, I'm just not ready, or I don't want to hear what you have to say because you screwed me over here. You led me to believe one thing and it wasn't what you like. There's definitely some sort of transparent manipulation here. It wasn't transparent before, but now it is. And I feel like it's kind of built up to the point where you're like, I just don't know. I don't know that I can tolerate you, talk to you, etc. Which they're going to be going, well, why? And you're like, because you hurt me pretty bad and I really don't have to talk to you. So I don't really give a crap right now if you're happy if you're happy or not happy that I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really care what their stance is because you're standing strong in what you need and what's good for you. The next card you have is anything that's going to happen tangibly throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end, last for a day, an hour, etc. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is divine timing. This is unplanned changes. This is something that's happening that you do not have, control over. The Wheel of Fortune has the control here. And this says, if you're meant to get back together with this person, you will. And if you're not, you won't. But the wheel, I feel like, may present an opportunity and then take it away. Then present an opportunity, take it away. For some reason, I feel like they're going to be coming in and out, like, extending a slight olive branch. I feel like this person is kind of, they don't put a ton of effort into anything. So I feel like there may be a change where they come in and they're like, hey, I miss you, I love you. Like, they really try and make an effort. I just don't know if you're ready for it yet. I just don't know if it's something you're wanting because of all of the self-preservation you've been doing. I don't know that you're ready to take a chance, even if they come in as sincere as possible or making an effort like you've never seen before. I still don't know if you will take a chance, but something's changing here. And what's interesting is 1 minute I feel like it's changing where you're gonna, still abandon, retreat. 1 minute I feel like it's all right, you're gonna give them another chance. So I feel like you're very conflicted, and I feel like this person is gonna come in if they haven't already, and they're gonna spice it up. The problem is, because of the Spirit victory before, you don't know if you can believe what they're saying, and so you're having a hard time. It's like it's tugging at your heartstrings. 1 minute you're like, okay, yes, I want you, I love you, and the next minute you're like, no, I'm just gonna get hurt again. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. There you go. Again, could be in the beginning, middle, end. You have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is the soulmate card, karmic connection, twin flame card. Whatever it is, to you, it all means the same, right? It's a very deep connection. It's an attraction on a whole different level. Now, this is internal. This is how you're feeling. So I kind of feel like it goes along with this push-pull. If you're going to have a moment this month where you're like, this is the person I'm supposed to be with. This is my twin flame. I know it. And then I feel like you're going to have a moment where you're like, run. So I feel like this is what you want. You wish it could be this twin flame energy. You wish it could be this, happy home, happy together, but right now it's not in that direction. It's not that you don't believe in it, and it's not that you don't feel like this person is somebody you're very deeply connected with. There's just other stuff that has taken place that is making you protect yourself. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, and you have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is clarity, logic, and power. Straight as, I mean, that's it. Clarity, logic, power. This is saying, honestly, Taurus, I feel like you have the power in this. And cross watchers, I'm sorry. I know this is going to be reversal for some of you, and that's fine. But I really feel like, Taurus, the power is in your hands. If you want to get back together with this person, you can. Some of you are going to say, oh no, they ghosted me, and I get that. Again, it's general. But the Ace of Swords tells me you have a lot more power here than you think. And you also see things clearly. So there's going to be like contingencies in place. And then if that's really happening where there's a contingency in place, do you really want to continue with that type of relationship? Because let's say they did cheat and you're like, well, now I need to see your phone all the time. Now I need to see this. Now I need to know where you're going. Now I'm going to put a tracker on your car. And yes, I've had people do that. If you have to go to that extreme, do you want to be in that relationship like that? Do you want to be looking over your shoulder all the time? Do you want to be wondering what they're up to, where they're going, what they're doing? Like sincerely, like if it's that type of relationship, is that healthy? And in the long run, is that going to make you happy? But for some of you, because of whatever this deception was, or, again, I feel like some of you were blindsided with some of the stuff. You're good. There's going to be insecurities and trust issues tied in here. The next card you have is your outcome. And you have the Strength card, Leo's cards. You could be dealing with a Leo. You may have Leo in your placements. Strength card is pretty, solid as it is. It is strength, but it's also controlling what you can control and then allowing the rest, allowing the universe to kind of take control of the rest, because the Strength card is, again, about control and about strength, but in a respect of, be strong, take what you can, or do what you can to make things the best that you can for yourself, but then also realize that you can't change anybody, you can't make anybody feel a certain way, they can't make you feel a certain way, etc. And this is also about self-belief and patience. So just be patient. I feel like you kind of are anyways. It doesn't feel like you're wanting to rush into anything, but you have a lot of like self-awareness, confidence type cards in here, especially with this, and this. So I think it's just, an astounding message over and over here, Taurus, that, you've got to be strong with your convictions. If you're ready and you want to talk to this person or you want to get back together with them, do it. If you're not, you've got to it's about doing what's best for you, because I feel like this person just train wrecked into your relationship. Like they caused a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and now you're trying to find balance. Your clarifying card for strength is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about growth, but it's about risk reward. So you're trying to weigh out, like some of you may actually write down a list, like, if I get back together with so-and-so, what is the risk I feel? Insecurity, trust issues, whatever it is. And then what is the good thing? Well, I love them when we have fun, whatever it is. I don't necessarily think you'll be writing a list down per se, but you're definitely assessing it, going, okay, like if I get back together with this person, what is the chance we're going to go through this again? Or what is the chance that I can trust them? Or what is the chance that they'll screw me over again? And then your outcome card here, or your clarifying card here for your distant future, is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who works very hard, somebody who's very diligent, very cautious. So look, I'm going to pull another clarifying card because I want to clarify this, because this tells me you're still going to put work into yourself, that you're still going to be, paying attention to what Taurus needs, and not so much this other person. I feel like you're going to kind of, like, I hate to say it, but you're going to make them work for it, because your card just fell out. You're going to make them work for it because I feel like, Taurus, for a lot of you, like this person did you wrong, and regardless of what it was, cheating or lying or even if it was just fighting, you were burned to a certain extent by this person. And the Knight of Pentacles is telling me, like, you're being very cautious here. You're not sure that you want to take a chance on this, and you're working on yourself and you're focusing on other things. I just don't know that you're ready to take this on. Now, with the Wheel here and with the Hierophant, it may just kind of come at you And it may just happen. I know that sounds weird, but it's like, you know, destiny has a way of kind of pushing itself in our face sometimes. So, what's interesting here though is I pulled another clarifying card, and that's the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is communication. It's a spark. It's a curiosity. It's a confidence. So I feel like after some time, Taurus, there will be some sort of like, I think they're trying to communicate with you anyways, or they're going to, and you're just on this defense path right now. Um, but I feel like with that Page of Wands, there's going to be in the next month or two, I feel like it's going to take some patience with this Strength card. I feel like you're kind of telling them, like, you're kind of showing them, like, I'm not getting back together with you because, like, you can't continue to do this with me. Like, you needed to draw the line, a very strong line. And this is you finally doing that. And they're going to have to get the picture. So before, maybe you guys would break up and like a week later you get back together, a couple days later, or they text you and, oh, I love you, and blah, blah, blah. And this is kind of like you saying, nope, no, this time I'm serious. I'm sticking to my guns. No more bullshit. But the Page of Wands tells me you might be interested in what they have to say in the next month or two. It may just take some time. Time heals wounds, and but the Page of Wands is a spark of curiosity, which tells me at some point they may contact you, and you may be ready to have a conversation, or you may be ready to hear what they have to say, or you may be ready to meet again and talk about what needs to be talked about. All right, Taurus, have a great month. See you next month. Bye.